So we've got the GSK. These are the 10, 10, 43 calls. They're currently trading at like 53 a contract. GSK 10, 10, 43 calls. And let's see if I can get filled here. 53 a contract. Probably won't get 53. 54 a contract. All right, so we got 54 a contract. Pretty happy with that. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Now GSK is actually balanced, okay? So let's keep that in mind as well. Not all stocks, what's today? The 30th? Wow. Not all stocks are going to follow direction of the overall market. We could see the market is balanced. We have stocks going vertical. We can see the market's vertical. We have stocks balanced. So again, keep that in mind, okay? 42.38. Keep that in mind, okay? And with that said, GSK 10, 10, 43 calls. So we're starting to push here. Real clear move. Let's go to our charts. We're seeing, I mean, MACD is diverging pretty far apart right now. So this was a higher bar, so speed's increasing. Looks like speed's starting to increase on less volume than our open, which is typical, but more volume than this previous 10-minute bar. So that looks good. We're sticking middle VWAP. Now we're going to start just pushing up our top VWAP. What I'm going to more look at in a situation like this, because we are riding top VWAP, is at that point, it's like, how much more do we have, right? How much more do we have? You can keep pushing top VWAP, but what we want to look at is, hey, where are we in correlation to our envelope system? So we're obviously off of our mean. At this point, look at that. That was a true higher high. We saw, look at that, true higher highs. We're getting pretty far outside of our envelope system, 42.67. So this bar, now that this bar has surpassed our prior two high bars, so these were high of day at 42.46. Well, this bar is, you know, a higher bar on an equivalent higher band. It's our highest band we could actually trade up to. So we know that we're starting to get there, right? That's how I would look at it. We're starting to get there. It's not that it's not that buyers are getting exhausted. This isn't like an RSI system. We've talked about that as well. We just want to understand how far we're trading off of our mean, because we can only trade so far off of our mean before we have to have like a healthy correction. We have to come back down into our mean. Okay. So keep that in mind. But we want to see right now this 10-minute volume bar close above our open. We want to see, let's see, this is 513. Right now we are at 447. We want to see a break here. And this is pretty significant because we've got speeds increasing on less volume. So, you know, our MACD is sitting pretty far apart. We're balanced still. So as our mean or our middle VWAP continues to push up, we will see, you know, potential retracements into our mean, but our mean at that point will be a bit higher. Biggest thing right now, guys, is going to be watching our 10-minute bar chart with our envelope system, because we are outside of our envelope system and we don't have too much more at this current moment. It looks like 42.70 is definitely in picture here. Let's see, 42.67. We're up 25%. Okay, we're up 25%. So our mean right now is 42.1. 42.1 is our mean. Let's see where that would put me. Okay. Yeah, so we've still got a little bit left here. Pop on our charts. We're getting there. We're getting there in volume. Okay. Starting to kind of wick around here. Can jump on a 5. And I would actually look at a 5 right now because we're using the 10 for looking at SPY. I mean, this thing's looking very strong. Let's see if we can get a push up to 42.70. Very important now to watch our envelope system because we've traded back below blues. So now we've got 42.67 as our high of day on GSK. Back into purples. Let's see, 42.21. 42.21 is going to be our mean. Okay, so look at that. 42.21 is our middle VWAP. It's also our mean, our 8-day EMA on our envelope system. So I'm not going to be surprised right now if we pull back to 42.21. That will trail up a bit or slightly down, just depending. So let's see here. Still up 15%, was up about 35% there. So whenever we're trading something, we want to understand that we're going to see moves higher. We're going to pull back a bit. Moves higher, we're going to pull back a bit. Moves higher. Like typically, if anything's trending up, you're going to see those higher highs. But after a high, you're going to see a little pullback, right? It's the market, right? We push up 3%. There's going to be some people taking their chips off the table. We pull back a bit, like 1.5%, say. We push back up 2%. Now we're sitting at highs again. So it's kind of this, like a mountain, right? Higher, lower, higher. Like you got to get to the next high, you have to come back a bit. To get to the next high, you have to come back a bit. So let's see. We want to stick our middle VWAP. We want to hold middle VWAP here. We want to hold our 8-day EMA. That was a really nice push there. But it still seems like we've got a little bit more on this one. I mean, that was a decent sized move. That was about 0.75. So we didn't quite get there. 484, 516. We didn't quite get there. So am I surprised that 42.67 was our high? No, I'm not, because we didn't have enough buyers to push this thing any higher. And at the same time, we were already pretty far, reverted off of our mean. And knowing that we're balanced, you're not going much further than that. Also considering we were pushing up top VWAP. Now we're having a reset. Like I said, we just made a high. Let's climb down a bit. Let's prepare for another move higher. So check that out. Nice bounce off of 42.44. Bounced up 0.32. It's always interesting, depending on the chart you look at, how that perspective can kind of skew your reality or your perception of what's happening. All right, see that? See that, guys? See how we're getting back up there? The question is, are we going to have enough to get back up there? Let's hop back on a 10. All right, so that's good. That's a good sign. Let's pop on to... So now our mean is up here at 42.26, so we've moved up a bit. We held yellows. Now we're back on blues. Speed's increasing. Not seeing a ton of volume here, but that's 42. So we broke our 41.99 just by a little bit. So MACD diverging further apart, letting us know that the speed of the asset we're trading, in this case GSX, is increasing. We're starting to move higher and move faster higher, if you want to look at it that way. So you can look at MACD and you can be like, okay, we're moving faster, higher, or we're moving faster, lower, right? Depending. And let's see if we can get a break to 42.70. I mean, this is, look at that. What did I say? We have to go higher, climb down a bit, prepare for that next climb to highs, and now we're making it up there. We're just sitting 0.05. I mean, we're like a wick off of highs at 42.67. So let's see if we can do it. Now we're testing. This is always interesting seeing when we're testing. Still balanced. Okay, forming our 10-minute bar on top of blue. There's just not a ton of volume here. We're close. Any questions from anyone as we kind of just sit here and watch this? Look at how those smaller time frames are going to give you a lot of false signals, or you can look at it as like, okay, longs to shorts to longs. Like, I guess if you're scalping, you can be on a 1 minute with a MACD. Otherwise, it's kind of difficult there. All right, let's see if we can surpass 305 here. If we can surpass 305, we should look good. There's highs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. $42.70. Yes, $42.70. Okay. Let's see where that puts us at. $42.70. Breaking 42.72. $289, 42.72. That's a high. Trading on blues. All right. So I'm going to go ahead here. And we are going to lock this thing in. Let's see if we can get 72. Look at that. We just called that entire trade like tick for tick. TP, guys, $500. Beautiful trade. Beautiful. So that was, I mean, exactly what we were talking about. You climb the mountain, you get to the high, you got to pull back a little bit to push higher. We form highs there. We were just outside of blues. Speeds were looking great. MACD was looking great. Volume was looking great. Had to reset a little bit. We knew what we were looking for. We were able to hold through, back right up into 42.70, and we took profit there. So that was, what was that, 45% on that trade. Amazing trade, guys. You just got to see the whole system play itself out. And you got to make some money with me, guys. And that was a small trade. That was only $1,400 to make about $500. So $500, I could call it a day right now. You know, and so again, I just wanted to come in here today and break the whole market down. We'll talk, I wanted to talk through it live, obviously, and a trade came through on our software giving us calls. Without that, we wouldn't have known to look at GSX. We wouldn't have obviously known to go long on GSX. But that was just an amazing trade. So congratulations for those of you that got in on that trade and took profit with me. We'll do TP here. Okay. So solid TP filled at 72 a contract. I saw someone got 75. So someone did a little better than me even. And now here's the thing. We used the envelope system. We knew exactly what was